2, 1, go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Ricky's RB Football Recaps. I'm Slick Rick. This week, I'm going to recover what happened in last Friday night's game between the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs and the Glenbard South Raiders. Huge upset, let's talk about it. The Bulldogs went and won a tough battle against the Raiders last Friday night, making the Bulldogs records 3-3. Both teams came ready to play. The Bulldogs didn't back down at all by driving the ball down the field with 3 plays. Quarterback John Carlo caps off the drive with a pass in the middle to his wide receivers number 6, Xavier Moroza de Jesus, and Xavier cuts to the outside and scores a touchdown. PAT is no good, making the score 6-0. The next drive, the Bulldogs drive the ball down the field with some jet sweeps, comeback routes, and quarterback run plays. On 4th and 17, instead of punching the ball, John Billibrady calls his own number by running the ball down the field for the Bulldogs' first down. After the long drive, the Bulldogs capped off the long drive with a field goal made by John Billibrady, making the score 9-7. After an interception by the Bulldog defense. The Bulldog offense was in a good spot, that they started to run the ball more with some counter and outside run plays with Jacob Botana and Damian Renteria. On 3rd and 8, quarterback John Carlo motions his wide receiver Jaden Karras, and Garcia hands off the ball to Karras on a jet sweep, and Jaden turns on the speed and cuts to the outside to score the touchdown for the Bulldogs. And PAT is good by John Billibrady, making the score 16-13. On the next drive, the Bulldogs kept the pressure on the Raiders by making the Raiders defense jump off sides and capitalizing on the downs. On 2nd and 4, quarterback John Carlo throws a deep pass to his wide receiver number 6, Xavier, in the end zone for the touchdown. PAT is good by John Billibrady, making the score 23-13. The Bulldogs' next drive was intense because the Bulldogs started to control the clock and tried to end the game early, but the Glenbard South Raiders wasn't going down without a fight by making the Bulldogs take making the Bulldogs take a field goal. But okay, that was offense. Now defense. The Bulldog defense came ready to play, but the Raiders didn't back down by driving the ball down the field with some heavy inside runs and quick throws in the middle for the touchdown, making the score 6-7. The Bulldogs, on the second drive, the Bulldog defense stood their grounds by stopping the heavy runs and the throws by the Raiders offense, making the Raiders punt the ball on some drives. The Bulldog defense got two big takeaways during the game. When the Raiders were doing a running back screen pass, and DN Myron B deflected the ball, and Luke Ferguson caught the interception for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs got another interception when Glenbard South quarterback overthrew his wide receiver and DB John Evans Jr. was right there to pick off the Glenbard South quarterback. But the Raiders was after that. The Raiders were still in the fight, and the Raiders scored a touchdown and a two-point conversion, making the score 26-21, and an intense final second in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs defense broke up two deep pass plays from the Glenbard South quarterback to seal the game away for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs won. I should say that the defense broke out two deep passes that the Glenbard South quarterback threw to seal the game away for the Bulldogs' victory. Overall, the Bulldogs played outstanding because they got a win over a really good team. The offensively, the Bulldogs did well because they controlled the clock very well. The linemen were getting good blocks that they needed to for the running backs to run through. Wide receivers and tight ends also did a fantastic job for getting open and blocking for other wide receivers and running backs and quarterbacks when they needed to, especially on the counters and the quarterback runs and the jet sweeps, and including the inside runs as well. Defensively, the Bulldog defense played well. Everybody rallied to the ball, stopped big tackles, broke up big plays, big pass, made some big takeaways by intercepting the quarterback twice and stopping them from getting first downs. But that was last Friday. Tonight, the Bulldogs got a away game. Against the Elmo Park Tigers tonight. Tune into next week when I recap the game between the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs and the Elmo Park Tigers. I'm Slick Rick. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button. And see you next week. Go Dogs.